I am one of the education and player care tutors for Fulham FC. So what that basically means is on a day-to-day basis, I teach the under-18s, but I also coordinate the life plan programme, which works with the under-9s all the way up to the under-23s and teaches them life skills outside of football.
I am responsible for looking after all of the children and young people and vulnerable groups within Fulham Football Club and Fulham Foundation, and I'm also responsible for coordinating the club's and Foundation's EDI strategy.
I do the buying and merchandising, approvals, and everything that you see in the Craven Cottage store and online, I've had a hand in.
So day to day, I would come in, do a few admin bits, and then when the players come in the evening, then I would give them, so I'll go through diagnosis, if they've got any new injuries, go through their rehab programs. If it's the daytime with the older ones, so the PDP, then it's very much in the morning we have like a team meeting. So we go through everyone who's injured, the updates and stuff for the day, and then again go through their rehab programs with them, update them as they need to be, or go outside to do some functional football.
I work with the under-18 boys delivering their BTEC diploma and their apprenticeship in football. And part of my role also includes working with the academy boys, making sure that they're okay with their education, they're hitting their targets and progressing well throughout school.
Every day can be different. Recruitment, training, any people-related matters, supporting people with any issues that they might have inside of work, outside of work, and really just making sure things get done.
I actually don't think I have experienced any sort of sexism or bias in the workplace, but the only kind of thing I can comment on is that you do really realise that you're the only female in the room, and sometimes it can just make you feel a little bit self-conscious.
Never here at Fulham, but when I was younger and I was playing football, I had a lot of comments about, oh, girls can't play football, or what do you know about football?
I've always found that Fulham have always been a really welcoming organisation who support equal opportunities for men and women. I think the only time that I sometimes feel it is outside of work, when I tell people that I work in football or I work for Fulham Football Club. Sometimes you get a few surprises and a little bit of interest about what it might be that you're doing within football if you're not a player.
I work with men mainly, and they have all been fantastic with my transition into the world of football. So far, so good. I've had nothing that's caused me any pain in terms of sexism or bias.
I've never really had any issues. I know some people probably have, but I've actually found that in football it's been quite an open and welcoming environment. I think the biggest thing is actually the perception from other people that there probably are problems, just especially being male-dominated sport. But no, I've never actually really had a problem. It's been really nice. Everyone's been welcoming.
I think in terms of like barriers, traditionally football is a male-dominated sport, but there are lots of females breaking through in different roles, and I think everybody has a part to play in that.
I probably don't have one particular highlight. I have lots of little wins. I think our boys are fantastic out on the pitch, but it makes me so proud when they realise how fantastic they are in the classroom as well. So that is always a bit of a highlight for me day to day.
During the pandemic, we coordinated a programme of speaking to all of our supporters. We called it the Fulham Teammates Programme. Obviously everybody was isolating at home, and we took it upon ourselves to call well over 1,500 supporters who fell within the vulnerable category to check in with them and see if they're okay in absence of being able to attend football matches. And that was truly a magical experience, really, to be able to speak to the supporters directly and for them to get to understand us as people behind the scenes at football.
Just working with the under-18 scholars and seeing them progress academically, but then also now some of them getting into the first team and playing regularly, so seeing them do well in the classroom and outside playing football.
I've had a first hand in recreating our mascot, and I'm really excited to unveil that in May. I'm also very excited to have created the new fashion ranges, which will hit in July, incorporating more for women, because that's one of the things that we haven't had at Fulham, which is some great, exciting ranges for women, which you will see coming in from July.
There are highlights all the time, even like a tiny small win in terms of helping somebody with a problem that they might have been facing, or someone who's wanting to develop their career. So every day there are small wins in everything that we do.
I wouldn't say there's one specific thing. I think it's always, as a physio, it's always quite nice when a player who's injured, especially if he's had a long-term injury, who's had surgery or anything like that, then gets back out on the pitch and you can see him in his first match. That's always the nicest moment, especially if they score.
I love working for Fulham. I think it's a really warm club. I think the academy in particular are really child focused and really child friendly. So everyone's doing the right thing for the right reasons, all about looking after the boys and making sure they're going to get far in life.
I've really enjoyed it. So it's got a big family feel to it. So I've worked in other clubs before where there's been a lot of staff, and for instance you'd never meet some parts like of the media team or management or anything like that. It gets quite like into groups, so like the medical team will stick together, coaching will stick together, but at Fulham everyone mingles, everyone knows each other, you see each other all the time, and yeah, and even the players, like they're all great, they all like, yeah, you get a good relationship with them, so yeah, it's been really fun.
To be honest, it is my dream job. Like, I love football, the club here is great, it's like a family club and it's always a really nice environment.
I've been here a long time, it's great fun, every day is a challenge, every day there is something different to do, and it's the people that make this place a great place to be.
This is a really, really, really fantastic role for me and I'm really excited to be here.
It's great working for Fulham. We have a set of values that we live by, being pioneering, action orientated. We are definitely true to those, and yeah, I don't think I'd work anywhere else.